Ward is the chair of the Arizona Republican Party and is leading the effort for this audit. And we also welcome in our panelists of the day. We have Melanie Burkholder, California Assembly candidate and former Secret Service agent, and also Winsome Earl Sears, a U.S. Marine and former chair of Black Americans to re-elect Trump. Great to see you ladies today. Let's go back to the subpoena, if you don't mind, because there was yesterday a vote, and we'll bring everyone up to speed, to hold the Senate in contempt for failing to turn over documents that failed. So, Kelli, what's the latest on this effort of yours to ensure election integrity and figure out what went wrong?
Right. Well, we are never going to stop looking for what happened in 2020. We are going to expose any irregularities, mistakes, or fraud that happened. Thank goodness we've got a lot of strong Republicans in the state Senate and in the state House as well, who understand the role of the legislature is to investigate so that they can create election laws that don't ever allow anything like what happened in 2020 to happen again. Yesterday, we had a vote. One Republican defected. That Republican was actually censured by his legislative district last night unanimously. And so we're looking for different pathways to assure that the Board of Supervisors complies. Now, in open court, they have agreed again and again and again to comply with the complete subpoena, to give the ballot images, the machines, the whole kit and caboodle. But every time the court case ends, they renege, they back off, and they lie. It makes them look guilty.
So clearly, there's some division here, even within the GOP party in Arizona right now, as you mentioned, that one state senator deciding to vote the other way. But I want to ask you, Kelli, and just push back a little bit, because, critics would argue, saying that there have been several audits here. The case is closed. What do you say to that?
I say that's a bunch of baloney. In Biden language, a bunch of malarkey. The audits that have been done before have been done by companies affiliated with the machines themselves. They are basically the same as a copier repairman who can come in and say, yep, the machine works. They aren't looking at the ballot. They aren't looking at the images. They aren't looking at the software, and they aren't looking at the shenanigans. Those audits are a sham. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is putting on two shams, in my opinion, as well as the opinion of many in the state Senate. The state Senate has the authority. The Attorney General here in Arizona has weighed in on it. The Board of Supervisors themselves and their attorneys have said that the state legislature has the power to subpoena this information. We aren't going to stop. We are going to continue until we get to the bottom of the problems in 2020.
Well, final question for you, Kelli. I mean, I totally understand wanting to ensure election integrity and making sure that everything is accurately tabulated. But other people would be wondering, what about the next election, right? Why not focus on winning future elections for Republicans in the state of Arizona, considering the two Senate races and, of course, the state of Arizona for Joe Biden as well? Are you thinking about the future?
Oh, of course we are. We are definitely focused on winning big in 2022 and 2024. Republican policies are what make Americans healthier, happier, safer, more prosperous, and more secure. And so we are definitely looking at that. But if we don't look at what happened in 2020 and figure it out objectively, then new laws can't be effectively put in place by our legislature that is charged with that duty and that responsibility to assure election integrity and to bring back voter confidence. That's what I'm fighting for. That's what they're fighting for. And that's what millions, maybe 74, 80 million Americans are expecting from Arizona and from our country.
Okay, well, thank you for answering those questions. We've got about 30 seconds total to get to our panelists. So, Melanie, I'll give you the first 15. Your thoughts?
Well, I wish that Dr. Kelli Ward had a little bit more energy to bring to this show this morning to stand up for voter integrity. Kelli, it's wonderful to see you again. And, we in California have a female chairperson with our California Republican Party. And just recently, we elected a female chairperson for our San Diego County Republican Party. So women are coming out and standing up for what we need to do in 2022 and 2024 to get this country back on track. So I appreciate your leadership, Dr. Ward.
All right, and Winsome, 15 to you.
Well, what most people don't know is that on January 13th, right here in Frederick County in Virginia, the judge found that actually the ballots were not postmarked when they arrived after Election Day, and they were commingled with the rest of the ballots. And so we have that problem here in Virginia, and it was never really announced. But the judge found that that happened. And finally, it is mandatory that the voter rolls are cleaned up before every election. That did not happen here in Virginia. And so we had dead people voting, and we had other people voting. Now, it might not have changed the results, but these are the things we are guaranteeing will not happen come this election cycle.
Well, clearly, from 2020 election cycle, we have learned, of course, those state and local elections are also incredibly important. Dr. Kelli Ward joining us from Arizona, and our panelist, Melanie and Winsome. Please stick around. Still more to get to here on National Report.